Good day, subscribers. Big news. Big news for us, anyways. We are heading out to Ohio this coming weekend. If you're seeing this, I'm going to try for shoot for Wednesday, maybe Thursday morning. Pardon the sniffles. We're in upstate New York. Allergy season's back because it was winter a couple days ago. Then it was fall. Now it's spring and summer. So it's a little bit warm today. Allergies are out of control. So bear with me as I have the sniffles. And we'll get through this together. So we are getting the Ford Ranger out. We are going to Cleves, Ohio, to Edgewater Sports Park to enter an event called Plates and 28's. There are a few different classes. I'll post the classes right here. So there's a few different classes. Bill from the Street Racing channel, or I should say Bill Sr., with Old Man's Garage, is helping out at Edgewater to help promote the track, to help drum up some business, if you will. And he's also helping the guys that used to race religiously back, let's say 10, 15, 5 years ago, somewhere in that range, that basically have gotten kicked out of racing because they're not fast enough. The budget guys who show up at open trailer and stuff like that, they can't afford to compete in small tire, let alone extreme street. Extreme street is kind of like what we built the Ranger for, or actually is exactly what we built the Ranger for, to be mid fives, high fives, and be somewhat competitive out there racing either a front side no prep, a little bit of backside no prep. The truck wasn't set up to be that way. The truck was set to be on a radial with some separation in the back. But anyways, we're not fast enough to really compete in extreme street, if you will, or ultimate street and stuff like that, because now that small tire, as of the past 5 years or so, fact check me if you want, as of about 5 years ago, small tire now allows chassis cars in. Not a big deal if you're a fast small tire guy with a stock frame rails and stock-ish chassis car. Not a big deal. But what's happening is the small tire guys that aren't fast enough to race against the chassis guys are now moving down into the extreme street class, ultimate street, daily street, if some of these Fox bodies want to get real frisky and guaranteed win. They're moving down, which that's the evolution of the sport. That's what happens. Problem is, guys like me who can't afford to do that, and who, I don't show up on open trailer, but show up on open trailers with the regular pickup trucks and try to compete, can't compete. So Bill has been helping, trying to break up the extreme street class and the small tire class, and not let so many, as I call them, race cars into the class. You guys may joke with me, tell me my truck's a pro mod, blah, blah, blah. It's not. It's a regular old Ford-bodied Ford Ranger, stock frame, registered, inspected, and insured. I could daily drive this thing if I wanted to. I've since put it on pump E85 and pump 98. So I don't really daily drive it anymore, but I can. We did 6 summer with it. It's got 700 plus miles on it for 6 summer. We just did our first New York State Dragon Drive, which you guys probably seen the video for. That was around 350 miles we did. It's a blast. The thing's fun to drive. It's not all that uncomfortable, but it works. It does everything we need it to do, except for win classes, because we're outgunned in the class we built the truck for. Now, granted, we started building this thing 3 years ago, so we're kind of late to the game, if you will. But huge shout out to Bill with Old Man Garage, and help trying to get the guys that can afford to be in Extreme Street back in Extreme Street, and the guys that were small tire guys back in what's called Plates and 28's. Follow along as we get this thing out. We got to put carpet in it. I already reached out to Bill. I don't have to put a headliner in it. I don't have to put a carpet in it technically, but I'm going to, just to help with heat and aesthetics of this thing. But you guys will see, and I'll fill you in as we go. So stay tuned. So along with getting the Ranger ready to go to this event out in Ohio, we kind of put the trailers on the back burner. We've been all over East Coast with it this year, with the big enclosed trailer in my truck. I just rebuilt the rear end of my truck, so that's done. Did all new bearings, all new seals and stuff. Dad is heading over to get the enclosed trailer and bring it down here because, like I said, we've kind of been neglecting it. So we got to adjust the brakes on that. Let me grab the checklist. What we got to do here. Let's see here. All right. So the big trailer, which is our 40-foot trailer, we need to adjust the brakes because I have to ride around with those, with the brake proportioning at about 10, 9.5 to 10 when it's loaded. So we got to adjust up the brakes. We need to check all the bearings, grease the bearings, check the tires. Tires should be good because we blow tires left and right in that thing. We just keep replacing them. So get to that. Pressure wash it. And Dad wants to polish the diamond plate. Whatever. If we have time for that, we'll have time for that. The small enclosed trailer, which we're also bringing, and I'll tell you why. We have to adjust the brakes, check the bearings, and fix a couple lights. The Ranger, we have to retorque the heads because we've been having issues lifting the cylinder heads on that. Now, pardon me, that is a stock block, stock-headed LS deal, 9104 turbo, and the turbo moves a lot of air. So much air that at lower boost, in my opinion, about 25, 26 pounds, we keep lifting cylinder heads. Now, you guys that follow along with social media know that we've put head gaskets in all the time. We've just changed our head studs to 625s from the ARP 2000s, and we reached out to Ryan Mueller with Mueller Performance in Texas. He's gave us some tuning help, so me and Damon have been playing around. I say me and Damon, mostly Damon has been playing around with tuning on this thing, and we've gotten to leave pretty good. We're going like 590s religiously with it on not a lot of boost, but a little bit of timing in it. So that's our play on trying to fix the head lifting issue. In the meantime, I also talked to Ryan, and we have a set of masked black label. I don't remember which ones they are, but masked black label, small bore cylinder heads on the way for this thing. That will be here before Dig or Die. So we'll get it up and running before Dig or Die with the new cylinder heads on it, on the stock block. Might pull the block out, take it to the machine shop, and drill it out to 1/2 inch. Haven't 100% decided yet, but I might do that. The cylinder heads will come with receiver grooves in them, with thinner rings, if you will, to help prevent any lifting issue or coolant or cylinder pressure from mixing with everything. With that being said, if we go aftermarket block, the nice thing that Ryan does is all you have to do is pop out the ring, put in a thicker ring, and then on the aftermarket block, put a groove in it, basically a receiver groove to receive the ring from the head. That's down the line. We'll discuss that after. But anyways, we're going to get this thing out. And the reason we are bringing the small trailer, because they're also doing Jack's Wax lifted and lower car show with a burnout contest. Now, because we have a burnout car, a proven burnout car, we decided, why not bring that? Double dip, basically. So $2,000 to win. I'm not sure who put up the first 1,000, but there was another entity or another sponsor that jumped in and put in another 2,000 on top. So I'll leave their description at the bottom of the screen here, and in the description of the video. So thank you to all of them who have reached out and helped with the burnout contest. That's something that we're a little more accustomed to, if you will. So we got tires that we got to put on that, and there's going to be, I believe, 32 cars. So basically 4 rounds if we go to the finals, and it's Halloween themed. So you'll have to stay tuned and check up on the video we post this weekend after the event to see how we did. You're going to love our costumes, my costume, the wife's costume, and Dad's costume. If we go to the finals, Dad's going to put his costume on. So hopefully I can get Dad to put his costume on. So, back to the list. Ranger. Per my tuner, we have to retorque the cylinder heads on the Ranger, so we gotta get that done. Tires. I have Mickey Thompson drag radials on there. They got about 35 passes on them. I actually just spun them when we did the New York Drag and Drive. First time I spun the tire on a launch. Now, could it be because the tires are worn out? Maybe. Could it be because it had too much power in it? Maybe. But I don't know. So with 35 passes, I'm going to pull them off, put a new set on, and we'll go from there. We got to go over our shock adjustments and get a little bit closer. I got to slow the front end down. I'll post a video here and try to slow it down and show you our front end tops out on the hit, basically a foot out. So I let off the brake and it's boom at the top in the front. So we really got to slow that down so it doesn't hit the tire in the back as hard. Obviously on a radial you do want it to hit the tire, but we're hitting it too hard, and what's happening is the truck's just jumping up, unloading the tire. We got to put the carpet in it, which I already told you about. We got to remove the weight bar from the axle because I have a 40-pound bar. Pardon me. I have a 40-pound weight bar on the axle shaft, or on the axle tube, and in my opinion, and a lot of other people's opinion, not as effective as putting it on the chassis. So we got to do that, and then we got to discuss if we're going to change the trans filter, because we had some issues earlier this year up at the car show where I lost third, fourth, and reverse. Turns out it was a clogged filter, so shout out to Anthony Apuzzo with Accurate Transmission in Connecticut for helping us out and telling me it's just a filter. So we cut the filter apart, it was clogged. Whatever. You got that. The El Camino dipstick tube broken for the oil. So last burnout we were spraying oil out of there. Thankfully it didn't catch on fire. We had to do a complete look over, charge or change the battery, because we keep having to jump the battery, and that's embarrassing. Last but not least, we got to put a battery disconnect in it. So somewhere we have a draw. We don't know where it is. We don't care where it is. We're just going to put a battery disconnect in it. So we'll do that. Get that done. Get the Ranger in here, and wait for Dad to get back with the trailer. I'm going to pull the Ranger over into the main shop and start getting working on it. All right, we are over in the main shop here. You can get this thing cooled down because I don't want to work on it and torque the heads with it hot. Dad is back with the big trailer. Because, as I said, we have not adjusted the brakes in a minute. So he's going to do that. I probably won't film any of that because you guys don't care about adjusting brakes on a trailer because that's not important. Also not important, but I'm going to video it anyway, so stay tuned. I don't know if any of you guys know this or not, but owning a race car, what a pain in the ass. Not only is it expensive, but it's expensive. So the pain in the ass part is no matter how much time you devote to making it as user-friendly as possible, it's never user-friendly. It's always a pain in the ass. The pain in the ass part is I have to take some of the hot side off to get the header off. Because I have to get the header off, or I should say, the header. To get the header off to get to the head bolts. I have to pull the valve covers off to get to the head bolts. To get to the head bolts, I have to take the rocker stands off. So, that's that. But anyways, where are you going? Tear this thing apart. Already started. Things aren't even tight. Unbelievable. So we're probably going to loosen this up. Just the easy assembly process back up so we can get it apart easier. Jesus. There we go. still hot.
Finish your impact on.
In the trailer. That's all. I'm just checking here, and I think, I think with a short socket and an extension, I can get in there and torque those. All right, let's see if any of them are loose. Anybody can leave in the comments what the fuck gasket people use on these things that stay in on E85 that don't fucking pop out and drive me nuts. That would be ideal. Because what a fucking pain in the ass when these gaskets pop out. Yeah, stay in there. Fucking nose is running. Drop the bolts on the ground. Don't know where the other one went. God, I love race cars. There's the phone for somebody, not me. Alrighty. No head studs loose on that side. Nothing loose on this side, so we're good to go. I'm gonna button this thing back up, back it up, probably pull the seats out and start laying some carpet. I got the brakes mostly adjusted out there on one side. Front two are adjusted. Rear one, the adjuster was frozen, so we had to take the drum off and free it up, and yeah, you know, so. Video. You working?
Video killed the radio?
What? Yeah, so we gave up yesterday. Shh. Answer the phone, boy. Mom, get the phone. Thanks. Alright. We stopped videoing yesterday and stopped working because it got late and my allergies were aggravating me, so I went home. But, new update. We got some new sneakers. And we're putting tubes back in them. I think we've tried every single radial, or every single Hoosier. So we're back to a Mickey Thompson stiff sidewall. So we're gonna throw those on quick. There's Mom. Mom's driving, right? You're towing the trailer out?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because Dad's gonna get tired.
Hello, generations.
So, yep. Yep, and with that being said, slicks are mounted. Again, we went tubes this time in hopes that when we hit it off the line, we don't smash the tire like we've been smashing the tires. So we're going to bring these out to Ohio with us just in case the radial prep isn't the best. We can at least throw on some slicks and get it going down the road or the track. We can get it going down the track. All right, welcome back. It's late. Like 6:30 at night, 7 o'clock at night, so not that late. But I went ahead and I rushed the job. Carpet is installed. The thing I do is cut a hole and mount my, that guy, the G meter in there. I gotta put the G meter back in there. Other than that, carpet is installed. It looks damn good. Let's go check the other side. I mean, now it's a street car. Now it is definitely a street car. So, carpet's in, seats are back in. Waiting for a button to come in for the steering wheel for Motion Raceworks. Because I have trans brake is on the shifter, line lock is on the steering wheel, and I also have another plug down there for bump slash scramble button. So I need to have two buttons on there so I can have both of them plugged in, because I've been switching them back and forth, doing a burnout with a line lock, having somebody come in, switch them. I know I can hook it up through the Holly that way, but just trying to avoid feedback to the line lock and having an issue there. So anyways, got a steering wheel button coming. Carpet is done, as you can see. Everything else is done on the Ranger. We're ready to go. I got to pull the weight bar off the back. I ordered new radials. I mounted up a set of slicks over there, which you guys seen. Dad's working on cleaning the trailer out. Brakes are all adjusted. That's all done. So we're checking things off the list one by one. We're leaving in 2 days. We're probably not ready. My truck is all set. Dad's truck is not all set. His rear end is bad, but we're gonna sail it out there anyway. So loading up trailer and calling it a night. All right, we're changing out the radials, putting a new set on. I mean, these really aren't bad. But we have like 35, maybe 40 passes on them, and our 60 foot starting to go down a little bit. So got a fresh set we're gonna throw on quick, and then this will be done. And then we move on to, can't really see it past all these customer cars, but move on to the El Camino that's over there. We gotta mount up a bunch of tires for that. So stay tuned as we mount some tires for that. We're gonna do a dipstick tube in it. Check the oil and stuff. You know, I think it's all good. Obviously, we'll check when we do dipstick. It kind of makes sense. Mount a bunch of tires, so we're ready to go. And maybe load this thing in the box tonight. And then once this is loaded, we're all set. We're ready to rock and roll. We might actually be on time for something. And prepared. Well, we painted the old girl up. And the last burnout contest blew a tire off, and she cheeched her up pretty good. So we're gonna clean her up. Got the detailing spray out, glass cleaner, wipe her down, fresh coat of paint. It's like brand new again. All right, not brand new, but you know what I mean. Well, can't shine her up because I ain't got no paint. So put the tires back on, change the dipstick, and we'll be golden. Dipstick's changed. Where are we? Low car dipstick. A little low on oil, so found the dusty quart of oil in the back room. You know, I could take the hood off, but what fun would that be? Boom. Yep. Got anything to say?
No, nothing smart. I'm tired.
It's awkward silence for everybody. How about now?
Can't tell.
It's full. Good enough.
Should we put more in it?
Just keep adding, Will. Till it's here. It's going in the box. I got a turbo in here, bud? No. This one. I had to get the camera out. Damn, I missed the words. They're the best part. Why's your face all red?
This isn't made for an old fat guy. Got it.
Strap her down.